Hello and welcome back to 2Idiots Productions. Today we're doing another 2Idiots Direct. So the reason for today's Direct is actually directly correlated to the previous 2Idiots Direct. At the end of that Direct, I teased that there was something I was working on and that you would hear more about it in November. Well, things behind the scenes have shifted, so instead of this video coming out in November, it's coming out today because the thing is ready and I'm ready to announce it. And what it is that we have a second channel. Me and Abigail decided that we are going to open a gaming channel and that we're going to be doing Let's Plays over there, and we want to have a very similar style. It's heavily inspired by Beard Bros on my part and Game Grumps on Abigail's part. So we want that kind of same atmosphere going on. So right now you can go over to the KuluLimpa channel and watch our first ever Let's Play of Luigi's Mansion. Now if you want to do that, there's a link in the description below. There's also will be a link at the end of this video, so if you just want to watch this through and head right over there to check it out, that'd be great. So I do want to address something first. KuluLimpa is not going to take away anything from this channel. This channel is my main focus. This channel is the reason I'm on YouTube. This channel is everything I care about. KuluLimpa is a side project for me, and it's something I like. It's something that's going to be a lot of fun. It's something I'm doing for fun, but it is not my main priority when it comes to YouTube. Don't get me wrong. We're going to be uploading there regularly. We're going to be putting a lot of work, and I already have put a lot of work into KuluLimpa, but this is not going to affect you here on 2Idiots Productions. I'm not going to be constantly saying, hey, go look at that video on KuluLimpa. I'm not going to do that because this is why this video is here. Those of you who are interested in this channel, you can go over there and check it out. Those of you who aren't interested in this channel, hopefully this will be one of the last times you have to hear about it, because I don't want to annoy my viewers on 2Idiots Productions about a channel that they're not interested in. So you won't see me constantly referencing KuluLimpa. It'll come up, of course, because it's something I'm going to be working on, and I want any new people that come in to know about it. There's a link to it on the channel. If you go to the side, I've always linked channels that I like a lot and I think you guys would like. And KuluLimpa is on that list. So if you ever want to check out that, it's there. It'll be, it has its own Twitter, it has its own Facebook, it has its own Instagram page, and all those links are down in the description. Everything's there if you want to check it out. But I'm not going to make this something that people who aren't interested have to hear about constantly, because I know a lot of you are here for either just a general, my general video game talk, or Super Smash Pass specifically. With that, however, there is something that is affected by KuluLimpa, and that is the podcast. So the 2Idiots Productions, the 2 Days of a Camera podcast, as you might know, hasn't been showing up very recently, right? Their episode 2 was the last episode. We haven't made an episode since, or maybe it was episode 3. It was the Smash Cast. That was the last one. And the reason for that is I have a lot more to edit now. Abigail has taken over editing her recap, so I'm no longer involved with that series at all, aside from it's uploaded here on the channel. And she is going to help with editing KuluLimpa, but there's still a lot of work I need to do, as well as I am obviously juggling college. So there's a lot of stuff on my plate, and something had to give way, and that was unfortunately the podcast. Now, the podcast is not canceled. We're not never going to do it again. It's just that instead of having an episode every other Sunday like we originally had planned, we're moving the podcast to an event-based schedule. So what does that mean? Well, when something happens that we want to talk about, we'll make a podcast episode. So if a direct happens, we'll talk about that on a podcast. I'm not going to make a video about that for 2Idiots Productions. That'll be a podcast kind of series, and that'll go on there. Or if something big happens with the MCU, or another film series, or something that we want to talk about, that'll all be on the podcast. And they're not going to be stuck to any specific amount of time. They're not going to be stuck to a specific date. So it'll just, event will happen, and we'll talk about it on the podcast at our nearest convenience and as soon as we can. Anyways, that's the update for today, guys. I know this was a bit rambly. This is what happens when I don't have a script. But we'll see you guys next time. Remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And bye-bye.